That tells you that I'm serious. Now what? Okay, you feel all warm inside, you know, feel all fluffy and you feel all love and all that stuff. How can something be a misrepresentation if it is the truth? Your disappointment in me, I guess, or your anger or whatever, however you want to label it as, is misplaced. Because I'm not being funny. In some respects, right, I could take that email as some type of threat. Ghana still has the whole community feeling, the whole community vibe, right? It takes a village type thing. There's still that essence. Nobody goes to a therapist to hear all the wonderful things about themselves. No. Hey guys, welcome back. Okay. Today's video was unexpected. I wasn't expecting to do this video at all. So in today's video, I want to read an email that I got from somebody. This email was sent to me right after I released my video saying, stop telling me to go home, right? So I'm going to read the email for you and then you tell me in the comment section what you think about this. Now, you know, reading out loud is different to reading in your head. So bear with me as I try and read this email for you. Okay, so it starts like this. Dear Dela, I am writing to you as a concerned Ghanaian who follows your channel. Your decision to relocate from the UK to Ghana was a significant one, and many of us initially welcomed your perspective. However, there is a growing feeling among many Ghanaians, including myself, that your content has crossed from constructive criticism into a relentless campaign that lacks balance and, frankly, patriotism. Patriotism isn't about blind loyalty, it's about caring enough to critique with the purpose of building up, not tearing down. It's about presenting a full picture, the good with the bad. Your current approach seems to focus exclusively on what is wrong while willfully ignoring what is beautiful, resilient, and positive about our nation. This one-sided portrayal does a great disservice to Ghana and to your audience, who may not know any better. Please know that this unfairness does not go unnoticed. We, the Ghanaian audience, see it clearly. You will continue to see us in your YouTube comment section pointing out this bias and standing up for our country. We will not sit by silently while our home is constantly misrepresented. We urge you to reflect on your role and influence. True strength and honesty lie in showing a balanced view. We challenge you to use your platform to also showcase the progress, the culture, the warmth of the people, and the joy that makes Ghana home for millions of us. This is not just a complaint, it is a call for accountability and a more responsible use of your voice. Sincerely. I would love to hear what you guys think about that email. I have my thoughts on it, which I'll probably share in a members only video somewhere. But yes, that's the email that I received. The person's obviously been triggered by my last video and all the things that I had to say. So first of all, I want to start this video by saying I'm going to talk about 5 things I absolutely love about Ghana, right? For those of you that still struggle to understand where I'm coming from. So let's just start very basic. Let's talk about that. All the wonderful, amazing things about Ghana, right? So let me just get me notes out. I have actual notes today. That tells you that I'm serious. Okay, here we go. All right, now. Right, 5 things that I love about Ghana. First of all, the aspect of safety. Ghana is one of the safest African countries that you can move to. Okay, so if you're a single person, even if you're coming with family, you've got young children, even if you're alone, you're a man that's moving there alone by yourself, you know, you've never been to Ghana before, all of that good stuff, you can totally test out Ghana. And the safety aspect, you're not going to have a problem with it. Number 2 is the peace of mind that Ghana gives you. When you come to Ghana, although yes, we know it has its issues, right? But there is a sense of peace that you get from being in Ghana that it's very difficult to replicate anywhere else. And that's probably one of the biggest things that keeps me in Ghana, even when I face difficult times or when I feel a bit down. The sense of peace that I get about being in Ghana keeps me here. All right. Number 3, the aspect of being able to start a business. Any business that you like, you can start it. There is so much less red tape. If you see a business in the West and you want to replicate it and put it in Ghana, you have opportunity to do that. It's amazing, okay? Number 4 is the fact that Ghana is an English-speaking country as well. So it makes it one of the easiest African countries to move to. You're not going to have any problems on that front. You're also going to be very welcomed by the people. You know, you can communicate. You don't have to worry about any of that. It's perfect. It's great, right? Now, some of you may not take this as a positive, but the exchange rate is on our side, right? Those of us from the diaspora, the exchange rate is amazing. Your money can stretch that much further that it gives you opportunity to do things that you would never be able to do in the West, or that you would struggle to do in the West. So those are 5 things that I think. In fact, I'm going to name one more. Also, the fact of the cultural aspects that Ghana has, right? Your sense of identity, your sense of belonging that you can get. Those are all the amazing things about Ghana. I've said it. Now what? Okay, so I've said all the wonderful things. That's great, isn't it? But how does that cause us to move forward? How does that cause us to progress and be a better nation so that more people can come? Because I can present all this to you every day. Every video that I do, I can present all these wonderful things and it sounds great. Okay, it makes you feel all warm inside, you know, feel all fluffy and you feel all love and all that stuff. That's great. But what happens when you're on the ground and now things are not exactly as they've been portrayed to you? Then what? Because we've seen it time and time again where people have been like, I came to Ghana because I've been watching these YouTubers and they've said this, that and the other, but on the ground it's very different. Why is no one talking about this? Do you know how many times I hear that comment? And I'm sure you've heard it yourself as well. So many times people are just like, why didn't someone tell me? I'm telling you. And it's funny that it's not even, from what I've noticed, it's not necessarily even the diaspora complaining about my videos. The people that are complaining about Ghanaians, right? This person is clearly Ghanaian and they're saying that I'm misrepresenting their country. So not me too, it's my own country or their country. So it's like, that's the first mistake. I'm not even going to mention all the things in there, but I'm just going to briefly just kind of gloss over it, right? So he says, our country. He says their country. I'm misrepresenting their country, meaning that I am not a part because I have been raised outside of Ghana, even though Ghanaian is my culture, right? So that's an issue by itself. But it's, how can something be a misrepresentation if it is the truth? You're not happy with the balance that I'm giving you. And what I have personally found is that when I do these videos, I do speak balance, right? But people get stuck at the first criticism that I've said, that they're not able to hear anything else that I've said. They're just stuck on this one thing that I've said and they can't hear the beauty of it. I've said it so many times. I'm still in Ghana years later, over 10 years later. It's not that I despise Ghana. It's not that I want to misrepresent Ghana. It's that I have such a passion for it that I want it to be better. I want it to do better. I want us to solve the issues that are here so that we can all enjoy, so that it makes it easy for us to move back. This anger is displaced. You're upset with me for talking about these issues, whereas you should be upset with the people that are causing these issues. When we talk about open drainage, for example, right? Is it me that did open drainage? I'm only pointing it out that there's open drainage. It doesn't take, me saying it doesn't take away from the fact that there's open drainage and people are urinating all over the place like that. It's not me doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm bringing it to your attention. How can we solve this? That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to bring awareness to a situation. How are we ever going to go forward if we never look at the issues that we have indoors? We're never going to be able to do that. So your disappointment in me, I guess, or your anger, or however you want to label it as, is misplaced. I'm not the problem here. I'm simply the person that is speaking up about these things. And I've read the comments on that video. And I had a lot of amazing people say amazing things, you know, and like cheer me on to say, yes, you're doing great. You're doing what a lot of other people are afraid to do. And the reason that they're even afraid to do it is because of things like this. Because I'm not being funny. In some respects, right, I could take that email as some type of threat. Really, I could. You can look at it like that, right? Because he's telling me that he would urge me to look at it again and, you know, whatever else, whatever language that was used in the email. right? And it's like, this is some of the reasons why I say it's very difficult to be a YouTuber and say the things that you want to say, because some people will take it so personally and take it to an extreme, rather than looking at it as an, okay, well, maybe, yeah, there is an issue here. Maybe we need to talk about it. Why do you have to talk about it? Why does it have to be like this? You're rather condemning me, the person that is saying it, whereas other people are just afraid to say it because of people like you who are then sending emails like this. Like, how do you take the time to send someone a long email like this? What, like, why don't you just put it in the comment section? I read the comment section. I read almost all the comments as much as I can, right? Why don't you put it in the comment section? But you chose to send me an email specifically to say all these things in there. Why didn't you make it public? So I'm making it public for you. And I'm not even like, I'm not angry about it. It's kind of like what I expected to happen. Sorry, I forgot I had this on my hands. If you're wondering, it's just glue. I'm not angry about it. I guess I would say I'm a little bit disappointed that even after having done that video, some people still don't understand where I'm trying to come from and where my heart is. Honestly, I wish Ghana nothing but the best. I am Ghanaian. I'm raising my own kids in Ghana. That should tell you something. It's not just me sitting here talking in la la land and not understanding. I'm raising my own children here. Like, my children are my pride and joy, right? They're the most precious thing that I have. I'm raising them in Ghana. I want them to see some things, right? And that's another positive thing about Ghana, right? It's a great place to raise children. We know what's happening in the West, how some of these children are being raised. Ghana still has the whole community feeling, the whole community vibe, right? It takes a village type thing. There's still that essence in Ghana. So these are some of the things that are amazing about Ghana. And like I said, we could sit here all day long and talk about all these wonderful things. But with these wonderful things, most of you already know. Most of you already know, but that's not what's going to trip you up when you're trying to move back to Ghana. My channel is very much about helping people to move back to Ghana so that you make the right decision for yourself and so that you can have longevity of stay when you move. That's what it's for. And I'm not going to be able to achieve that by just telling you all the great things. Nobody goes to a therapist to hear all the wonderful things about themselves. No, it's like, well, you did this. Now these are the consequences that you're suffering from this. And this is how perhaps you can go forward, or get you to think about some of the ways that we can come out of this situation, right? It's not about telling, you don't go to therapy to tell them, oh, well, you know, at least you have lovely hair, or at least your skin looks good, or at least you dress nice. It's not that. That's fluff. That's fluff. We know those things. We can see those things. Those things are on the surface, things that everybody can see. But really what's underneath, that's what we really want to get to. And that's what this is about, okay? So even though I said I'm not going to address it again, I just really wanted to come on camera. And I really wanted to read out this email so that some of you understand why it is difficult for some of us YouTubers, especially us Ghanaian YouTubers, to talk about certain things, because we get messages like this. Now, I'm sure that if I was a different race, right, it'd be easier for me to come and say these things. Most people won't have anything to say, won't say anything, right? And that's the just truth. Let's be honest, that's the truth. But because I am Ghanaian, right, then I'm not allowed to talk about it, because it shows that I'm not being patriotic to the country. That's not about being patriotic. What about the president himself that sat down and talked recently about how we have terrible customer service? Is he also being unpatriotic to the country? He's not. He's simply pointing out issues that are wrong so that we can address them. In fact, recently I saw in this Facebook group a list of things that had come from the diaspora, the office, right, about things that need to be fixed in order to make it easier for the diaspora to move to Ghana. Is that also being unpatriotic? When you point out problems, it's not just to point out problems so we can all sit here and start cussing. It's so that we can find solutions to these problems to improve, and that is it. And if you can't understand that, I don't really know what else I or anybody else can do, and it's as simple as that. But anyway, yeah, I will probably do a members video going a little bit more into depth about my view on some of the things that were specifically said in this email. But yeah, that'll be that. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section about what has been said. And to the person that wrote this, oh no, I don't have the name here. It's on my phone. To the person that wrote this, I would love for you to come back into the comment section and tell me 5 things separate from what I've said that you think is great about Ghana. I would love to know that. So I'm calling you out on your own message. I would love you to list for me 5 things that you absolutely love about Ghana. And let's go from there, okay? So I'm going to leave the video right there. I hope you're enjoying the videos that I'm putting out. I will be putting out more. I will try to be as balanced as I can, but I'm not going to sit here and BS any of you. I'm going to tell you the truth as much as I can, right? And that's just how this channel is. And if you don't like that, then maybe this isn't the channel for you. I don't know. You know, whenever you have an opinion, this is something that I've realized that over time. Whenever you have opinion about something, right, not everybody is going to agree with you, and that is fine. That is okay. You don't have to agree with every single thing I say in every single video. I'm not looking for that, right? That's not where growth even happens, right? Because sometimes I look at comments and I'm like, oh, actually this person's got a point. Okay, yeah, maybe I should work on this a little bit or that. As long as your comment is constructive, I don't have an issue with it. This is not a, what do you call it? Why do the words fail me now? This is not a dictatorship, right? This is like, we're all here to discuss, right? I'm just the person in front of the camera, but we're all here to discuss some of these issues, right? So if I say something you don't agree with it, feel free to put your comment. You know, if I can, I'll respond. If I can't, then, you know, I can't. Somebody else may respond or whatever. We are a community. That's what it is. We're a community and we're working to make things better for ourselves, to help one another. That's what this is about. So it's more than just me sitting in front here and thinking, oh, let me see what I can do for views, or how can I trigger people? I don't have time for that. But, you know, so I don't want you to look at it like that. It really is just to help, and that is it. So anyway, let me know your comments in the comment section. If you are open to doing, and if you would like to do a one-to-one consultation with me, I'm open to that. If you're thinking about moving to Ghana, if you have some ideas that you would like to bounce with somebody, you can send me an email to dela@moretodela.com and we will go from there. All right. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Don't forget to also like, comment and share this video. Until next time, I am out. Nutifafa.